Well, it's been about 10 hours since this went live, so I guess it's time for me to do some catch-up. I don't normally do these reactions to the live stream as a whole, but this is going to be a big patch because it's going to have the Fate collab, and it's probably going to be the pseudo mid-season finale to the Amphoria story, with Phainon's release and all that, so I kind of want to make sure that I at least get my first impressions of this recorded. Whether or not I upload them, that remains to be seen. Anywho, I'm in the middle of editing and rendering my recent playthrough of the Act 6 of the Natlan Archon quest, so that'll probably be up before this, because I'll probably be uploading that later tonight. And if you'd like to see what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, the best way to do that is to join me on my Discord. That's where I keep everyone posted on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. Otherwise, you can try to find me on twitch.tv/sheetstreams. I'm live there at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3. But lately, I've been putting more time into just putting some effort into editing some stuff, so Been playing a lot of Shadowverse, Worlds Beyond. There's a little bit of a controversy going on with that game right now. Hopefully it blows over and things will be fine within a month or so. But, that's a little bit of negative talk that I don't want to get into. Also, apparently I'm getting some hate because I support the people that were doing the work refusal in the Genshin work refusal that was happening during the SAG-AFTRA strike. But haters are going to be haters, so I'm not going to give them the time of day. Okay, since this is a recording and I'm not watching this live, let's fast forward. $79. This program is sponsored by Lady Aglaia. Welcome back. Albert guests. Trailer. Behold, O gods. Amphoria has achieved their victory and the Aranova approaches. Is that truly the case? Sidus 80s Elysiae. Oh, we're getting the new 80s Elysiae as an area? That sounds cool. Turn it up a bit. I have not seen any of Phainon's animations yet, so this will be fun to watch. Grant you dawn when stars burn to ash. Ooh, that looks cool. Oh, here we go, the first ever Penaconian Holy Grail War. Let the games begin! We're fighting Swarm. Her animations look great. I wonder if they fixed that animation error from the previous trailer where she accidentally swapped her hands in the wrong position in her ult animation. Somebody pointed it out to me and I couldn't unsee it. Lygus. Flame Reaver is showing down. Oh! I think I saw Aventurine using his Stoneheart. Robin's doing something. The old sun's embers hail the new world's dawn. Where the sun's set to die. Well, actually, I have opened this in another tab, so we're going to go through that at a slower pace so that I can actually take some of that in. Alrighty, here's the analysis. Okay, Vortex of Genesis. We all know this deal. So, where we last left off, we did not get to witness the miracle. Phainon sent us away so that we wouldn't witness the miracle, so it's very interesting that we're seeing the Trailblazer here with Phainon, which makes me think that there's something that's going to happen in between where we left off and this moment. I don't know how we're going to get to this moment, though. And Lygus is still here. And also, Cyrene is not here. because where we last left off, Cyrene was here, and that's where the To Be Continued started. So I'm actually curious to see how we get here, and because last I checked, there should be no way to get into this room with Trinan, or maybe Trinan's still around, but Trinan sent Phainon into here through the Giannis Gate, and we just saw Tribby is turned back into a doll over at Dawn Cloud. So how do we get in here? The spirit water's dried up. That being said, this pause icon here comes up, which makes me think that maybe this is a dream, or maybe this is a gag. And why is Lygus here with a spotlight? Something is going on with Lygus. And here we have the new area that we're getting, which is very clearly meant to be Adis Elysiae. This might actually just be from Phainon's trial, because every single other demigod had to do a trial in order to access the power of the Core Flame, so I don't see why Phainon wouldn't have to do one as well for Kefali. And we see Casterus here, Mides here, there's Tribby here, and as that Cypher's here as well. And they're all in front of Kefali. Well, actually, no, they're not in front of... Oh, Kefali's getting a lot closer, but this is the area that's, like, right next to, the Golden Bathhouse. It's, like, where you would basically take the Warp Gate to Dawn Cloud. That seems to be where they're standing right here. I like the design of this little farm village. This is what, honestly, Greek architecture reminds me of. These little, tiny little homes in... Whenever I think, like, ancient Greece, this is the kind of setting I think of. Not like the big, regal marble column stuff. This little homey stuff. Ooh. Seeing glitches. There. Ooh. That's spooky. So they're definitely showing that there's probably some relation between Phainon and the Black Swordsman, which they've been doing in almost every patch at this point. Why am I not surprised? Here we go. He has a transformation form. He's got wings. And he's surrounded by all the constellations. Then we cut to the crossover event. We got old Odie summoning a Holy Grail. There's swarm bugs everywhere. Alright, we have Artoria holding their hand on the invisible sword for Fate fans who know how that works. Yep, and this is probably why they made them a wind destruction unit, because they're using the wind or the air to obscure the blade, because it's recognizable, I guess. Would Excalibur be recognizable to random people on a planet very, 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 very far away from Earth? Just a little bit of a nitpick, but it's just a fun little gag. Alright. I'm guessing that's her skill with a thrust forward attack, a lunge. Archer has the blades out. And the bow. I wonder if that's his ult right there. Okay, what is this thingy? I don't know what this thingy is, but this definitely looks like a new swarm enemy. It kind of reminds me of, what's his name? Scarbataz? The blue... The emanator of the swarm? Oh! Lancer's here! That's missable! Lancer's here with Boothill! So I guess only Archer and Artoria have been confirmed playable, but it looks like we might still see Rin or Lancer, probably. I doubt we're going to see Rin, to be honest. Because we're supposed to be summoning the servants. We're not summoning the masters. So we have Boothill with Lancer. What a pair. We have Aventurine here. Okay, it looks like Lygus is getting decapitated here. And then here comes the Reaver to fight Phainon one more time. And it looks like the helmets come off. And it does look like there is white air underneath. So I bet the big reveal is they're going to look like Phainon, maybe an older Phainon, or like his grandpa or something. Pulling out the bat. Pulling out the lance. Gabolg. Lancer is still here. What was that scene earlier? Ah, we're getting a command seal on it. I think that's us grabbing the scabbard of Excalibur, which is going to cause... It looks like she was fighting Lancer, and she gets summoned here. Or she's defending us from Lancer. Whoa, go back. Is that Gilgamesh? No, it's Lancer. It is Lancer, and he's throwing out a bunch of spears. Is Lancer going to be a big bad? That's kind of weird. Aventurine in his Stoneheart form. Or what is it called? The Stratagem. Phainon's doing something here. Okay, Robin has a command seal. Which servant does Robin have? Is that everybody strung up like puppets? Yeah, I can see Archer. Is that Saber? Aventurine. I think that's us. Is that Sunday up here? I can't tell. She's definitely using the harmonic strings or something. I want to get a look at this. Is her hand in the correct position? Because there's like a funny glitch. I mentioned it earlier, but in the original animation, she goes from this position with one hand on top, but then when they go overhead, they were in the wrong position. But it looks like they fixed it. Or at least for this cutscene. They fixed it. Lygus has an eye right here, and this close-up is meant to make us look like Noose. And I can't quite make out the reflection there, but they do look similar. That's clearly the Flame Reaver down on the ground and Phainon stabbing them through. And Lygus is bearing witness. Alright, Mem's still with us. Alright. Phainon in like a giant epic form. Maybe he's going to be a boss fight. Mem is shielding us. Or is he putting a golden shield around us to protect us from something else? Because this is the same energy that looks to be around us a little bit earlier in the trailer. Interesting. There's numbers here. This kind of reminds me of the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles from Genshin with the black cubes coming into a black hole. Yeah, we're being shielded by light right here for some reason. Where the sun is set to die. And then we will look at the rest later. Back to the live stream. Welcome to version 3.4 special program. Please run the host application, Albert. Guests.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello!
A day night sight. Good morning, good afternoon, and good
All right.
evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for the sun is set
So
to
we
die.
have Nim and Axa and
Special
Phainon.
program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Phainon. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anaxagoras.
There's a Dromus behind him.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off?
Yeah, it
had
left
my
off on a
heart
huge
racing.
cliffhanger. I kind of wish that it was playing for like another
The
hour.
burning sky, then the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Phainon, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already
I'm
found
gonna
out
watch
the
it on my
truth.
Streamlabs.
So what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Phainon is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself.
The sun is set
Soon
to
as I can
die.
already tell that all that's happened in Amphoris is not as simple as it seems.
Let me tell a tale of a
Indeed.
swarm of
For
nymphs that chased the
example,
scorching
when
dawn,
we
the
went to
Phainon
fight
of
Aquila,
Aranova.
we noticed
They
that
form
the
a
Eye of
gate that reaches
Twilight
the throne.
seemed unusually high-tech.
For they walked
When
through
the
the
dawn
petals of the
device
land
went
of
out,
repose, yet finally
many
at
of the
dawn's
structures
rise.
in
That's a
Akuma
reference
and the
to all
vortex of
the
Genesis
previous patch
started
updates.
showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this
And
day.
people
It
complained
has
that they
something
didn't
to
know
do
what a
with
scepter
that
was.
erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Aranova.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious.
He is.
He and Phainon
He
had
might
a pretty
even be Rupert
significant
III.
conversation in the vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home.
And yeah, there's an alternate
Well,
ending in
the
3.0
mask
where
is
he
coming
does fix
off
the
now.
Express and send us back
Based
home.
on my interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know
Look at
about
the
the
little
relationship
chimera. It's
between the
supposed to look like
scepter and
Trivi.
paths, maybe Amphoreus is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Lygus is one of them.
Oh, you're exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphoris is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's Aranova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Aranova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphoreus. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Aranova.
Which is why you
As
sent
someone
us
from
away.
beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Aranova,
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Phainon and go home.
Well said.
Oh, Mem
The
wants to send us
Trailblazers
home
won't
too?
betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphoreus. They'll be returning to the battlefield with a very important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Phainon. That Phainon we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
That is a good
Maybe
question.
that Phainon isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh,
Ooh,
Mhm.
spit
But
more,
leave the
Albert.
Specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
We also know that Phainon is
What
not his real name if
kind
you actually
of
read the As I've
information?
Written book.
Following the story's progress,
It always
as
refers to
I've
him as the
written,
nameless
we'll
hero or the
receive
deliverer.
a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoreus' true nature.
before,
One of them looks like
As
Mem.
I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories.
Oh, there's some
Now,
pictures in there we haven't
Even
gotten
its
yet.
appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
it looks like it's turned into some kind.
It feels like in stories.
So we have this one wasn't here, this one wasn't here. It's Terravox, this is the one that's the names that's blanked out. That's Ceridra and Hysolins. So these four have been filled in now.
Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of
Ooh,
Amphoreus'
there's another
secrets.
Dromus in the background.
That's right.
True.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4.
I'm
Story
still not going to be
dialogue
skipping
can now
any
be
dialogue.
skipped by section, with plot summaries and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way. Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6,
I just think I think one of the reasons why I don't want a skip story feature is because I'm sick and tired of people complaining that the game is so long
version 3.4,
because of the story, and then once they skip through, it's going to be like
of the prophecy together.
Literally like
witness the
they're not going to know
truth
what's
and
going
the
on, and it's
fate
going to
of
be like
this world.
10 minutes of
And the
gameplay
myriad Celestia that Mr.
broken
Shang-Chi
up by like
hinted
3
at
hours
in
of
the version
dialogue.
3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's
Oh,
happening
Fables of
beyond
the Stars
sky?
Part 2 is coming?
Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be
That was
releasing
like one of the
an
oldest
animated
period
short.
Celestias. We haven't seen
This
a Part 2 of
animated
that
short
yet.
contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here.
That looks
but
like
I
a new
can give you
animation
a
that's
little
going to be in the
teaser.
3.4 story.
This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, so it's going to be a music
Can't wait
video.
to dive into the new story already.
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Phainon and take a look at his story together.
Alright, how does Phainon work? I stopped looking at leaks all the way back in 3.0. I talked a little bit about the Castrus leaks because everybody and their mother was talking about that, but I haven't really been looking at stuff since then. There's some cool animations. Alrighty, Alt State. That's a big sword. That kind of reminds me of Celiosi's ultimate attack.
What in the world happened to Phainon to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
I also like how his splash art almost looks nothing like his transformed form.
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius.
Physical
Phainon was
destruction.
one of the first Chrysosairs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came
Also,
knocking,
why is that
he
physical
always
damage?
had our backs.
It looks like it's
Behind that
digital and like
kindness and reliability,
quantum-y to me.
Phainon carries the expectations of many.
Possibly
He
fire
is the
or
deliverer
imaginary.
chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing
Oh, the mouse is
Phainon
feeding
to
the chimeras.
step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Phainon like before he joined the Flame Chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the Flame Chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
When I think
Ooh,
stereotypical fantasy
sounds like
town,
a
this
real
is what I
peaceful
think.
Place.
It was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along
Ooh, I
really
like the
well.
Pond.
There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was
Little
little,
fairies?
I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went
Hi.
to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
Where are the
no
wheat
strife,
fields?
no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too.
Oh, there they are, the wheat
Lying there,
fields.
surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh,
I
just
feel like
the
there's a
thought
lot of
of it is
parallels
enough to
between
get me
Phainon and
excited.
Maximus.
And guess what? you won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore ID's Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Phainon's
I assumed it was
past, how
destroyed.
he became a warrior,
So
joined the
I guess it'll be
Flame
a
Chase,
reconstruction
and grew
of
into
some
the
form,
person he
or
is
like I
today.
predicted, it could just be his trial with Kefali.
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've really come a long way.
These days, Phainon just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on, no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphorius needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Phainon's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold.
We were one
The
step
deepest
away in
truths
the
of
last
Amphorius
patch.
are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead?
I like it that the
What
mouse
choices
is still
will
feeding
find
the
its way?
background characters.
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything,
still have
every
40 more
trial
minutes
is
to
just
go.
a forge for an even brighter soul.
We're still talking about
I'm
just
more
the
than
main
ready.
story.
Well said. Then, let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4.
We're also
Now
supposed to be
let's take
getting
a
a
look
new
at how
Myriad Celestia
Phainon
trailer
performs in battle.
in the time
You got
before,
I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone
Oh,
knows.
now we're looking at what he
Using my
does.
skill, I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets.
Yeah, we're gonna get
The
a new
use of my
Myriad Celestia
skill
trailer
also
before
grants
3.4
me
comes out,
core
so I guess we
flames.
should keep an eye out for that.
Once I've
They did
collected
announce
enough of them, I
that we're
can
getting
activate
Fables
my
of the Stars
ultimate.
Part 2 as well.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Phainon can also gain core flames when he's
So he
selected
gets
as
core
a
flame
target by a
stacks.
teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Phainon will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Phainon powers up.
So he creates a territory. You can only have one territory.
And can't take action while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Phainon's teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets.
Creation does
Calling
damage.
upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I
Weird.
receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken
So he
action,
becomes a
I
counter unit
retaliate,
if you go with that
dealing
method.
damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up.
You
the more
need who?
soul scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge,
These characters
I
seem
also
so
slam all
complicated
enemies
to
with
use.
extra damage.
Once
I
all
don't
his
plan on
actions
pulling
have
for
been used
him.
up, Phainon will unleash
But I'm
one
gonna have to
final
talk to my
blow
buddy who
hitting
is, just
all
to see how
enemies
this works.
Before removing the territory. Phainon's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Phainon instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all enemies? That's nuts.
Of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points.
Oh, I like it when they do
Phainos in
that.
the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
Wait,
When I
what?
use my technique to enter combat, I'll also
increases the
regenerate
technique cap?
energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each... Of course,
If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all enemies? That's nuts.
of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
Uh-huh.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Phainos in the team, the technique point cap goes Up by
It's only when he's in the team. Okay.
3.
When I use my
I
technique
thought it was
to
another
enter
global
combat,
passive for a
I'll
second
also
there.
regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh, I see.
All right. Now that we've wrapped up Phainon's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jingliu
Yeah, they got
are
buffed.
all getting some serious enhancements.
Are we gonna get to see that?
Let's go!
Are we gonna show us?
Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf.
All right, here's what I want to
After
know.
the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead
All?
of just one.
Oh, so it's AoE now, not single target.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup.
Okay.
On top of that,
Takes some of the
Silverwolf
randomness
will
out.
generate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
She regenerates
Oh,
energy
that
now?
makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Next up, Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies.
Ooh,
And
nice.
whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up
So it
attack
doesn't
can
have to
also
just be a
trigger
basic
extra
now, that's
DOT
kinda
on
nice.
the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So
It recovers-
basically,
it
Kafka's
resets
got
her
more
follow-up?
frequent
Oh, that's
follow-up
cool.
Attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade. After the
I don't
update,
have Blade, but I
he will
want
deal
him.
damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like
he gets
Blade can
energy
trigger more
regen and
follow-ups
aggro.
and use his ultimate more often.
As well as better scaling.
His
Sounds
total
good.
damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation.
And
A change
Jingliu?
will happen to Jingliu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jingliu stacks extra crit damage.
Oh, she gets crit
After she
damage when
enters the
teammates lose
spectral
HP now?
transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her
Nice.
overall damage output climbs
I don't
even
have her, but-
higher accordingly.
Our
As
old
one of my
friends
friends,
sure
I
are getting
use
some
is
solid
Jingliu
upgrades.
whenever I am
But with
farming.
all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends Eidolons will be
Ooh.
tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes
Oh,
freely.
you can
To
keep
choose
the old
whichever
version. That's kind of
you
weird. I
like
didn't think
best.
they would do
For more
that.
details, be sure to keep an eye out for our
So for
official
people who
announcement.
like the original version of the kit, they can keep it.
Aside from the ability,
I know
reworks,
some people were complaining
one
that
friend of ours
if they
is
made
getting
one of the new
something neat
units
this
like
time
HP
around.
scaling, they would have to farm an entire new relic set for them to
Is it?
function.
In version 3.4.
But, I don't really
Firefly's
care.
Brand new outfit.
I think that they needed the update.
Is making its debut.
Ah,
A new
look
outfit.
at
New
that.
outfit?
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Oh, that's cute. It's a sailor uniform. I'm not a big fan of the Sam design, but it looks okay.
With her school uniform on, Firefly
Spring
looks more
missive.
youthful than ever. And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest, you can tell she put a lot of thought into picking it out.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Kafka does seem
Well,
to know a
Miss
lot
Kafka
about
does
fashion.
have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her
Honor
mech's had a
charts.
makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also.
I'm
probably
honestly
coordinate it
surprised
with
we are only now starting to get
New
skins.
colors. The whole look has to be
I'll
consistent.
hold my excitement on skins for the time being
You'll be
until
able
I start to
grab
see more of
Firefly's
them.
new look from the contract
This is
shop
nice.
Using Oniric shards. And again,
And just so
please
you know, the
stay tuned
March
for further
skin is like
details
25
to feature
bucks.
official
So I'm
announcements.
expecting this to also be in the $25
Let's
range.
take a look at this version's banners. In version 3.4's first half
Thus
warp
burns
event,
the dawn.
Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Phainon, and the limited 5-star light cone, Thus Burns the Dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new
Ooh, new 4-star light cone for Remembrance.
The Path of Remembrance. The story's next page is being added to the first
We
half
needed more Remembrance
At the
cones.
same
That's great.
time, we'll also
Trippy
kick off a special
rerun!
warp event. The limited 5-star characters.
Ooh, and Sunday rerun.
Sunday
Oh
and
man, I'm gonna be
Sparkle
wasting
like
all my
combat.
pulls on these two. This is who I've been waiting
5-star
for.
light cones, if time were a flower, a grounded ascent, and earthly escapade will return as well. In the second half of version 3.4,
I am gonna be so
we've got
broke.
another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly, Jingliu, and Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts your dreams
So
rest,
phase 2 is
I shall be my
Jingliu,
own
Firefly, and
sword,
Blade.
And, the
And hey,
unbeatable side.
people told me that now that Blade's on the 50-50 lost
Two
pull,
of our
he would
newly
never
built old
rerun.
friends are making a comeback
I was
in this
right,
version.
you were wrong,
What
whoever
about
that was that
Kafka
said
and
that.
Silverwolf?
Here's a little sneak peek. Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And
Ah.
limited 5-star light cones, Patience is all
And they'll
you
be
need,
rerunning in
and
3.5.
Incessant Rain will rerun as well.
Nice.
Also, 8 new 4-star light
8?
cones will be added to the Nameless Honor Rewards in version 3.4.
We're getting 8 new Battle
I see
Pass
quite
light
a few
cones?
familiar faces on the light cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Looks like
That
Phainon
one looks
really
hilarious.
does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's mattress. Can't beat that level of comfort.
For sure.
All right.
Who's that?
Can't
Journey Forever Peaceful. Oh, it's Kakavasha.
beat that level of comfort.
For sure.
Unto tomorrow's
All
morrow.
right. Let's take a
Oh,
quick
it's
break.
Tribby's mom.
There's still
Pursuit
more
of the
version
Wind.
3.4 content coming your way.
Flower remembers. Alright. That's so much new content. I'm kind of miffed. I don't like the Battle Pass system as a whole. I've never been a big fan of Battle Pass systems. But it's nice that we're getting new cones. Like, Remembrance as a path kind of feels bad right now because it has, like, no cones. Alright. Let's move back in.
Welcome back. Let's take a
Origami
look at
Bird
the
is
event
back!
this
Yay!
version. A piece of good news comes from Penacony at the other end of the cosmos. Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Oh, is that the cute match?
I wonder if it'll stay permanently
That's
this time,
right.
like
The
Seal
Interactive Peace
Slammers.
Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Pentagonian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself.
Why does it need
right?
new game modes? I thought it was
Of
fine
course.
as is.
This time, the two players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player
Ooh.
has a set number of moves. You can eliminate
That's
4 or more
interesting and
fruits
different,
to form
actually.
bombs and
That's kinda
obtain
neat.
Extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in
Items?
battle.
How
For
does that
example,
work?
Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit
Interesting.
into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right
Okay,
item,
there's definitely
at the
going
right
all out
time,
on this mode now.
You can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
Well, I'm looking forward to this mode coming back. I actually
There
enjoyed
are
it quite a
plenty
lot.
of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
Hey, it's our favorite couple.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating
Ching
in
Shui!
challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from our
Oh, I
across
love
the
Ching
universe.
Shui showing up in
This
events.
multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode.
That's
and
the
become
thumbnail right
new
there, by the way.
Long-term co-op game mode.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey.
Gift of Odyssey, I
returns
always kind of
as
forget that this is
usual
a
in
thing.
version 3.4.
Imagine if Gift of Odyssey was in
Nice.
both phases and you got 10
the planar
for
fissure
phase 1
and
and 10
realm
for
of the
phase 2.
strange events will also return. Complete the
I will
challenges
definitely
to
not
get
have
double
enough pulls
rewards.
for 3.4.
Yep. In
Despite
version
the fact that I skipped
3.4,
3.5.
Stagnant Shadow,
So I
Shape of
skipped 3.3
Cinders will
pulling.
also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
Okay.
At the same time,
New
the
Planars.
Planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online.
Probably
Trailblazers can obtain
Phainon
them
and
in the Divergent
Hycelin's
universe.
ideal set.
Why did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information.
No, wait,
about a few
Arcadia of
events
Woven Dreams, that might be a good
outside
set
the
for
game.
Aglaia, because Arcadia
First,
is supposed to be
the
the
annual
place that
Hoyo
where
Fest
Minestia
off-white
is supposed to be.
exhibition will begin in July.
New
This
Hoyo
year's
Fest?
event venues
Okay.
have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events.
Hey, aren't those
and
the
tickets.
stars that show up in
In
Genshin?
addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July.
Really?
Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited
Are we
gifts.
getting news
A
about the
special
Genshin
panel for
anime that's
Honkai
coming out
Star
anytime
Rail
soon?
will also be held at
Oh,
Anime
Trust Taste
Expo,
is here.
featuring several special guests.
Joshua
Please
Waters,
keep an eye out
Gabriel
for more info and
Warburton,
official announcements.
Aiden DeVille,
See you at
and
Anime
Aiden
Expo.
Dawn.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
There's like 30 minutes
seem
left. What do you mean
mighty
you're running out of
busy,
time? I
Owlbert.
think the devs are going to show up at some point,
I am
right?
a professional super host.
What's
Uh-oh.
going on?
He's being summoned.
Miss Albert.
Hey,
He's being summoned to the Grail Wars.
it's not my time yet.
Poor Albert. Welcome back to Penacony.
Not your world as the concept of a holy grail. Welcome to the live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works Collab Special Program.
It is a crossover specifically with
long
UBW.
time no see,
That is
everyone.
noted.
I'm aventurine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy.
And Boot Hill's
Galaxy
here.
Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Wait, don't you two have like a
Welcome,
thing
both of
going
you.
on?
I, Albert, have
Albert, aren't you, like,
apparently
deathly
been
afraid of
summoned by
Boot Hill
the
still?
Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Speaker.
Oh, son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that
Presenter.
case, why don't you present the situation to our audience?
Alrighty.
Explain what you meant
Give me the
by
deets.
summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
It's
the best place for it, to be honest.
The cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from Old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family.
So we're going
It
to receive
turns
an
out
invitation from
that
Odie.
The old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment
I wonder when
spectacle
it'll chronologically
called
take place
Sweet
on the
Dreams
timeline.
and the Holy Grail War.
Sweet dreams.
My guess is
and
it'll
the
take place
Holy
like
Grail
between
War.
2.3 and 2.4.
Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's right. But I have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let
That
me
is-
give a brief
I
explanation
mean, he's
of
10
everything
Amber
he-
eras old.
It's said that the Holy
Maybe it's just been
Grail
lying in
is
his
a
closet.
wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal
Okay, we're
contest
just
of
spewing
the Holy
fate lore
Grail
right
War,
now.
the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That daggum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort.
It is the planet
How
of
are they gonna
festivities,
attract
after all.
tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely gonna want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival.
So wait,
Therefore, returning
is Odie gonna
Penacony to
host
the
a Holy
cosmic
Grail War
limelight.
like as a yearly
With
event?
dreams as the gimmick, the show is
Does
sure
that mean
to
we're gonna get,
attract
like, a
lot
Fate
of
collab
money
next
and
year,
a
too?
lot of dream chasers. I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants.
Yep,
And the
that's
final
how it
winner
works.
will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed.
People
Bullets
die
don't
if they're
discriminate.
killed.
So, someone gets
He
caught in
said
the
the
crossfire.
meme.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew.
The Archer class is made up of
No one's
archers.
life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right, all right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off,
All right.
owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacone Superstar, the
Alrighty.
Soul Glad Festivity, our dear
The
Trailblazer
Trailblazer.
will be participating.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Well,
So
as
we got
another
Trailblazer,
Penaconian
Robin,
shareholder, the
Aventurine.
Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill will
Boot
also
Hill representing the
participate
Galaxy
in
Rangers.
this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot.
Micah
so
got an
helping out was the least I. Micah got an invitation too.
Micah. From the, Micah got an invitation from, was it Dreamscape Reef? I forget what it's called.
Too, but he has no time for
Trailblazer,
this.
Robin,
I
Aventurine,
can't turn a
Boot
blind
Hill.
eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks
So
like
he's
Mr.
filling in
Boot
for
Hill
Micah.
really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Dreamflux
Well,
Reef,
apart
that
from
was the
those
name.
we've mentioned, are there any other special
Maybe
participants
Jade, I
that
don't know.
we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course. Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
That's what I'm talking
We didn't get a
about.
card for Lancer.
Now I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get.
I kind
some
of have a
you.
fun theory that I've been
That's why
saying
you pay big
that
bucks
Sparkle's
to
gonna
get
show
the
up,
big names.
and Archer is
As to
somehow
what
gonna
stories
be
will unfold in
her
the
spirit,
Sweet Dreams and the Holy
and
Grail War,
Sparkle will be our
and
stand-in
who will
for
forge a
Rin.
contract with who? Trailblazers will have
I
to
hope that
find
that
out
theory ends up
in the
proving
game.
correctly. There's
Here's
some
a
funny fan art
reminder
of it
that
out
the
there. Go
Honkai
look it up.
IRL and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th. So keep an eye out for
So it'll
it.
be a couple weeks after the patch.
Now let's learn more about Saber and Archer, our 2 heroic spirits from another
I actually
world.
know nothing about their
Oh,
kits.
yeah. Saber's dress seems a little
No ENVA, huh?
different from usual
Okay.
now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right.
I wonder who they would have cast in
was
EN if
personally
they
designed
could.
by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic blue
Because
and
I think
white
one of the
colors.
fun things
And
about
her
Saber is
iconic
she's almost
Hogan.
always had a different
That's
VA for
right.
every
It
adaptation.
retains the nobility of a
So it would have been
king,
neat to have
and
like a
also
Star Rail version where
emphasizes
they have a new
utility
VA for
a
her.
warrior.
Sad.
The
Oh
lines
well.
along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion.
Is
As
it?
for how she looks
I
in
don't
the
think that's what I
game,
think of when I think of
well,
timeless British fashion. Oh, she's got food.
いつでも出陣できます燃え果て騎士の魂よはっストライクエア
So that is her skill.
クイズカリバー
Hang on, I want to see if they fix that animation. Alright, let's see. Okay, so she has this one over. An arms raised. Oh, they cut away from it. Okay, so they just moved the camera down so you can't see if it's wrong. Oh, she has a follow-up attack too?
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very
memes?
much to her liking.
What other reason do you
That's
need?
right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle.
Dragon
if she
reactor
uses her
core.
technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core
He told the
resonances
King of
after
Knights.
entering battle. When she uses her basic attack, she can deal
Visible
damage to
air,
a single
barrier
enemy.
of the Wind King.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal
Strike,
damage
air.
to one designated enemy and its
Hammer of
adjacent
the Wind
targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Ah. In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Do you lose the
Yes,
stacks?
there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold,
Nice.
the King of Knights has
Was it the 7
dispelled
stacks?
Invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing
Oh, it went back down to
high-pressure
0.
air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic
Excalibur.
attack into enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount.
Oh, that's an enhanced
core
basic, not a
resonance.
follow-up.
Also,
Okay.
during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the
Oh, it
energy
goes
she
up to
can
11.
regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
Ah. So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
Okay.
That's right.
Makes
Not
sense.
only does this sword bear the King of Knights past,
I just
present, and
remembered. I
future,
just now
it
remembered we're
also
getting
represents
Archer for
the noble
free.
ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who
So I'm
once
probably gonna have
followed
no
her in
polls
battle.
for either of them when their banner
Alright,
goes up.
That concludes Saber's introduction.
Are both their
Now
banners gonna
we'll
be up
move
at the same
on to our
time?
Next
Do we know that yet?
otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail war very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night.
And also
Imbued
colors
with
that
a
just complement
dangerous
Rin's
allure.
colors, which is why
The
he's red and
combination
black.
of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
I
You
wonder if
got
they're
that
actually going to
right.
acknowledge his name.
Director, show us the game footage already.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, he's got the bat. He copied the bat. I am the bone of my sword. Here we go.
Oh, so that's Unlimited Blade Works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword.
Such a cool
That
phrase.
sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
It does. It brings a lot of
I
memories
agree.
back.
Well, then let's
I think
take
I
a look at
watched
Archer's combat
UBW
performance
back in like, what was it,
detail.
2013?
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path
Hey,
of the
Sparkle!
hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage
I mean,
to
she
one
does make
designated
Mono
enemy.
Quantum better,
An
so he is
archer in
Quantum
close
Hunt character.
combat. That's pretty gutsy. I'll give
Concho
him
and
that.
Bakia.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter
Caldible.
the circuit connection state, dealing damage to 1 designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Oh,
The
wow.
more times
He's
he
got to
uses
be
skill
really good with
consecutively,
Sparkle.
The more damage Archer deals to enemies.
He just gets an
After all,
infinite turn
everyone
until he's out of
knows that a
SP.
dual-wielding fighter who can't use their noble phantasm isn't a good archer.
We finally have a new SP-hungry unit. Finally.
Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to 1 enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case,
Oh, you recover
there's no
skill
need
points,
to worry
too.
about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction.
Wow, they were really
I
speeding
have
through that
big
one.
news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star
Reach
collab
Trailblaze level
character
3 or
Archer
above.
for free.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
We hope that, under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave
From
open
version
the dark
3.4 to the
clouds
end
and
of
become a
3.6.
saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah. How
We're gonna
about
get to
that?
watch them all horribly
The
die,
free new
aren't we?
limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
Wow, awesome!
I feel like they said that during the
Let's keep our eyes
3.2
on
live
Prism
stream.
for now. I'm not quite done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also
So there
directly
will be a new
obtain a
free
set amount
5-star
of
later in the
character
year. A lot of people
materials
predict it's going to
for
either be like a new March
Wow,
form or a new
how
Don Han
thoughtful.
form.
Yeah, well, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, now let's check out the banner details. Once the collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur
Thankless Coronation.
Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, a Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the
So their
limited
banners
5-star
will be
Light
running at
Cone,
the same
the
time.
Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth
Interesting.
mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
Does long term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Lycones?
Exactly.
So they're still
These
gonna be on the
collab
banner in
banners run across
3.6.
multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh,
No fixed end date.
And here's one more piece of news for you all.
But man, they might be here till the end of the
entire
year.
Duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event
Oh.
starts, when Trailblazers spend the designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone.
So if you
the
spend
Hell
200
Where
special
Ideals
passes in
Burn.
3.4,
throughout all of version 3.4? In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Phainon or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
sweet. So we'll get a
That's
free
correct.
Light Cone for our
Oh,
Archer
yeah.
if we spend
And
200.
now, as the collab kicks off, the voice
Which
actors
I
for
might have
Saber and
200 by the time that
Archer
rolls
have
around,
some things
actually.
they'd like to say to all of us. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
これからマスターになる開拓者
Oh,
の皆
hi.
さん、こ
Hello,
んばんは。
Trailblazers.
セーバー役のカズ
Student
メヤコで
Masters.
す。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイト
Star
アン
Rail
リミテッドブレードワークスのコ
Finally
ラボ
here.
が間もなく開催ということで、私もとてもワクワクしています。
Saber's voice artist.
この2つの作品には
These
どこ
two
か
works
似てい
share
るものが
deeply
あるなと感
similarity
じ
at
ま
their
した。
cores.
剣を手に運命と立ち向かう
Taking
セ
a
ーバーの
knight's
姿
courage and
は
wielding a sword.
厳しい冒険の中でも
Challenge
前へ
the
と
fate,
進み続
just
ける
like the
開拓者の
Trailblazers.
姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレイルの世界観が
During the
混ざり合
recording
い、
process, I
新
truly
た
felt
な
the
魅
magical
力が生
spark
まれ
that
ていく
happens
のを
when two
感じました。
distinct worlds
あ
collide.
まり多くは話せないの
I
です
can't
が、
spoil anything
セイ
yet.
バーがスターレイ
I
ルの
love
世
it when
界で
VAs
ど
get
のよ
to
う
do
に
stuff
信念
like
と理
this.
想を貫いてい
We'll
くの
bring
か、
the beliefs
ぜ
and
ひ
ideals
お
to
楽
life
しみくだ
in
さ
the
い。
Star Rail universe.
このコラボがたくさん
From
の
the bottom of my
皆さんに
heart, I
楽
hope
しん
this
でいただけ
collab
たら
moves
嬉
and
しいで
delights
す。
everyone.
星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなた
So
だけの
I
熱い思
was
い
just
と
blown
ロマ
away
ンに
with the
出会い
fact
ま
there's
すよ
going to
う
be
に。
no fixed end date
それでは
for the
最後に
collab banner. So,
開拓者よ。あなた
like,
が
I think the
私のマ
longest
スター
I've
か。
ever seen a collab,
これ
like
か
or
ら
a
マスター
collab
になる
license
開
happen,
拓
it's
者
like
の皆
10
さん
years.
こんばん
But
は。フェイ
that's
トステイナイトでアーチャーを担当
I
しております
expect it to
声
last
優
at
の
least
諏訪部純一です
multiple patches for
公
sure
開
now.
スターレイルと
Which
フェイ
means
ト
I might
ス
actually
テ
get
イ
to
ナ
be
イ
able to get
ト
both
ア
of
ンリミテッ
these.
ドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります赤い騎兵は
A certain red
あまたの
clad
世界を
archer
旅して
has
きました
roamed
が
countless
ピノコ
worlds.
ニで繰り
I
広げられ
believe
る
this
聖
Holy
杯戦
Grail
争
War
は
on
彼に
Penacony
とって
will
こ
be
れまで
something
とは
totally
全
different
く
for him.
違うものになるのではないでしょうか崩壊スターレイルの世
I'm
界
really
で
looking forward to seeing
アーチ
Archer's
ャーが
heroism
戦う
again in
姿
Honkai
が見れ
Star
るの
Rail.
は本当に楽し
You've
みで
been
す
really attached to
お
this
なじみ
role,
のキャラ
haven't
クター
you?
たちが未知の
And
銀河
seeing
で
familiar
自分
faces
をどのよう
reinterpret
に再
themselves
定
in a
義していく
vast
のか
unknown
その
galaxy.
行方をぜひ見届けてくださ
Is
い
he actually subtly hinting that he's
収
going
録
to
の
end up
際
having
に
to spend
ア
time
ー
with
チャーの戦
Sparkle?
闘シーン見
I
せ
got
て
a
いただ
chance
い
to
たん
see
で
his
すが
in-game battle
アン
scenes.
リミテッドブレー
I
ドワーク
absolutely
スの演
love
出
his
が
unlimited Blameless performance in combat.
とても
I have to
かっ
say
こよかっ
that
た
the
です
animation effects are
いや
incredible.
気に
Yeah,
入り
they
ました素
are.
晴らしかったです今回のコラボ
And we're
企
getting
画
an
の中
Archer
で
for
も
free.
アーチャーのかっこよさ
I'm kind of disappointed they're going to have
お楽しみ
Eidolons.
いただけると思います
Maybe
ので
that's why they have
絶対に
Eidolons, because this banner is
プ
going
レ
to
イして
be
くださいね
around for a long time.
これはまたとんでもないマス
It's
タ
like
ー
I've
に
been
引き当て
summoned
ら
by
れた
quite
も
the
の
master.
All right. Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and
Oh, wow, time just flew by.
Playworks collab about to launch. We want to take this opportunity.
We only have like
on the
5 minutes
program
left.
To sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nazu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
I'm excited.
Much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate
Oh, so
Stay
we're getting a
Night.
new
It was a
we're
night
getting a
with
combat
no
event
wind
called Fate
and
Stay
no
Night.
moon.
Funny.
Under the cool breeze of Penacony, the Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward.
The red-haired
raising his
Lancer. I wonder
spear
who
and
that could
uttered
be.
that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Ah, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends.
I see a Caster Kafka over there. Saber Yun Lee, Berserker Jun
Each
Liu.
contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health.
This event looks fun.
Round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical
love when these
pieces to
combat
upgrade
events are
them.
kind of in-depth
The
like
higher the
this.
piece's rarity, the stronger
It's one of the
the
reasons
buff.
I really like the
Pieces
Legend
of
of
the
the
same
Galactic
class have
Baseballers,
bonds
collecting
between
all
them
of the
too.
little, upgrading all the
Collect
little
enough
weapons.
pieces of the same class, and you activate
And then
special
getting the
bond effects that give
accessories.
you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
Ah, this Grail
Player.
feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So
this is basically Conundrum, like in the
But
simulated
don't worry
universe.
too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate's Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Okay.
This way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
The production team cordially invites
Because
everyone
there's expected to be a lot of new players to coming to Star Rail, so they gotta have to make this accessible
And score
somehow.
yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Because I know quite a few people that will be playing this just for the Fate collab.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate's Day Night.
So there's going to
The
be a
Fate's Day Night
continuance
event will
mission,
open for play
and
on
so this is going to be a
July 11th.
stack
Two
patch.
programs stand on their
This is
own,
one of the
so
reasons I wanted to
Trailblazers
watch
can dive
this.
into each separately.
So we're getting a Trailblaze mission, a Trailblaze continuance, and an event all tied together. This is a hugely stacked
That's
patch.
today's Fate Collab update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
Presenter, I forgot they were calling
It's
him
all
that.
part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers.
Okay, now he's going to get warped somewhere else, right?
My honored masters. Let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Stay the
time,
night.
guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Oh! Oh, that's scary. Albert, you're so intimidating. Presenter. Well, this has been really, 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 really fun. I'm actually super excited for 3.4, and I cannot wait. So, what was it? July 3rd, I think, is going to be roughly the original patch, and July 11th will be the event. So, we're basically going to have roughly about 9 days, I think, give or take, in order to complete the main story. So, I'm going to be really probably speeding through that, and I expect it to be maybe, like, on the shorter side, considering the fact that we only seem to have one new area this time. So, I think it'll probably be around the same length as 3.3 was. That's my prediction. And I guess we'll see you all there. If you'd like to see more of this in the future, then I suggest you follow me on Discord, because that's where I keep all of my news and updates on what I'm going to be doing, when I'm going to be doing it. I don't know when I'll have time to edit this video. Probably tomorrow. I might not have it up for another day. But looking forward to in the future, I'm probably going to be chopping up my playthrough of the story mode of Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, so look forward to that video appearing in the next few days. I'm probably going to, it was about 3.5 to 4 hours, I'm probably going to chop it up into 2-hour-ish videos. So, thank you everybody for stopping by, and stay safe out there. Ta-ta!